Hello, everyone. Breaking news for you here at noon. A high school in St. John, Indiana is now on lockdown after a 911 call of an active shooter. We have that story for you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Sylvia Perez, and let's get right to it. Dane Placco live at Lake Central High School in St. John. Dane, what do you know?
Yeah, Sylvia, let's start with the good news first. As far as we know, there were no shots fired in the school, and at this point, there's been no handgun or weapon recovered here. Nobody has been hurt, but it is still an ongoing situation. The school is on lockdown. I'm going to step out of the frame here so you can see back there a large police response. We are on the west side of the school. This is Lake Central High School in St. John, a very large school. About 3,500 students attend here, we're told, and just before 9:30 this morning, there was an initial call of an active shooter at the school that went into the local 911 center. That prompted, as you might imagine, a massive police response. Not just St. John, Indiana Police Department, but departments from several surrounding communities, plus the state police, the sheriff. You see a SWAT van possibly back there. No shots were fired, we're being told at this point, and no gun has been recovered. However, the school remains on lockdown. Students are being kept in rooms with the doors locked. Police are going room to room and searching for a weapon. There are reports that two kids are being questioned. We don't have any reports of anybody being arrested. Nobody seems to know exactly how this incident started other than the call to 911. A lot of rumors, as you might imagine, flying around the school right now, but we're not going to report on those because none of those have been confirmed. There is a 3 o'clock news conference at the St. John Police Department, and Highway 41, I should mention, is shut down. Traffic being diverted around this area. And of course, when the news came out at just after 9:30 about this potential shooter at the school, it prompted a massive response, not just by police, but by parents, concerned parents, dropping what they were doing at work and rushing to the scene. And we had a chance to talk to some of those parents, including one moments ago who had some personal firsthand information from the St. John Police Chief. Let's listen to that.
I talked with Chief Flores from St. John PD a little while ago. He saw me standing out here. He's a friend of mine, and basically he told me that the school is secure. They did not find a weapon. They have a subject in custody, and there was no injuries, no shots fired.
I received a text from my son saying not to worry, everything will be okay, but we just came up just as a precaution.
We have come to find out that now they have a couple of kids in custody and no weapon has been found, so we may end up now with the best case scenario for something like this. Nobody was shot. There's no injuries, and it may end up being a false alarm. We don't know, but at least we know nobody was hurt.
And just moments ago, a parent telling me that the superintendent has just sent out another email to parents saying that the school remains on lockdown and will remain on lockdown until all of the rooms have been searched. The police are sweeping through the school, going room to room. We're also hearing that they possibly may move the students to the cafeteria or the gymnasium at some point and do an actual search, a body search for any type of a weapon of each individual student here. But again, the good news, a lot of tension here, a lot of nervous parents. But at this point, no shots fired, no gun recovered, a massive police response to this report of an active shooter that turned out not to be true, but they are taking it very seriously and trying to find out if, in fact, there is a gun or any danger inside the school right now. Sylvia, back to you.
Dane, I just have a question for you. The good news is, as you said, it appears that nothing seriously happened, no one was injured, but as a parent, I would be the first one to go over there to find out what's going on. So what were the parents told? Where are you now? Because obviously you've spoken to some of them and they're over there by you, and where are they?
Yeah, we're right behind the school. We're on the west side, the back side of the school. You saw the parking lot earlier, and as Ed pans to the right there, you'll see a number of parents are not being allowed onto the school property right now. We're in a residential neighborhood directly west of the school. This has been a gathering spot for a lot of the parents. Of course, there are other spots around the school area as well where parents are gathering. They're in contact with their students. All these parents I've talked to have been texting and talking by cell phone to their kids inside the classrooms. Apparently, the ones I'm talking to say everything's fine. They're not nervous talking about the children here, the students. Parents obviously nervous when they hear something about this, but the kids who are in the classroom are just waiting for police to come through and check those classrooms. But it's a very methodical process. It's going to take some time. No word yet on when these students are going to be released from school, but we should be getting a lot more information as the afternoon progresses. And again, Sylvia, a news conference scheduled with the St. John Police coming up at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Okay, that's a time when you're glad your kids are texting. Talk about reassurance. Thanks so much, Dane.
Right.
We'll look for your report later.
Sure.